Enlightenment Milestones. The destination of our life is enlightenment. What is enlightenment? A state of balanced union between our two natures, pure bliss consciousness and our involvement as sentient beings on this physical earth. That is also the definition of yoga, and the destination of all religion too. The evolution of experience is a personal journey, but it has a certain recognizable pattern, with 3 identifiable stages. The rise of abiding inner silence. The rise of ecstatic conductivity and radiance. The joining of these into outpouring divine love and unity. The rise of inner silence, samadhi, comes from daily deep meditation. It is experienced as an increasingly steady state of peace, happiness, and bliss. Most of all, it is experienced as an inner stability that is not shaken by any outer experience. The witness. Inner silence is the foundation for further experiences that are facilitated by additional yoga practices that awaken the silence of pure bliss consciousness to a dynamic state in our nervous system. The rise of ecstatic experience, kundalini, in the body and surroundings comes from an awakening of the life force in the body and a gradual refinement of sensory perception. Through pranayama, breathing methods, mudras, bandhas, tantric sexual techniques, and other means, inner purification and opening is enhanced so the senses are opened in an inward direction, pratyahara, enabling us to perceive the ecstatic energies coursing within and around us. In this way, our attention and sense of self are drawn inward and eventually radiated outward, giving us a new perspective on the world around us. At the same time, silence begins to move within us, facilitated by the radiant nature of ecstatic energy, and this creates a new and captivating kind of experience. During this stage, appreciation for the divine flow of life is naturally heightened, leading to increased desire to enter and merge with the deepening sensory experience. One surrenders to the process as it advances, and this accelerates it. The second stage is like falling into an endless abyss of ecstasy. We function in the world with increasing joy as our attention becomes absorbed in the ever-present living beauty moving beneath the surface of all things. For us, the boundaries are dissolving. As our attention comes to reside naturally in the omnipresent, undulating, blissful silence in all things, we become that ever-present harmony. We find our own self to be the essence of all things. This is the experience of unity, union, enlightenment. The world does not disappear. It becomes transparent and radiant. Boundaries become like veils, thinly covering the essence of life, which we have come to know as an expression of our own nature. We realize through direct perception that we are the ocean upon which the waves of life are playing. In this condition, can we still act in the world? Yes, but our motives are different than before, when we could only see ourselves as separate. We now act in the interest of a broader self. In doing so, we may seem to become selfless. The truth is that we always are acting for our own self-interest, but our self has become transcendent and universal, so our interest is for the whole of humanity and for the whole of life. We no longer see the world as an illusion of separate things that we may either crave or fear. We see it for what it is, an endless flow of divine being, and we find ourselves in the position to help others open themselves to a natural awareness of things as they are also. It is life in freedom, begetting more life and freedom. It is the destiny of every person and of all humanity. From the beginning of engaging in our practices, and perhaps even before, we may experience shades of any of these three stages mentioned above, depending on the dynamics of our unique purification process. We may experience elements of all three stages at the same time. Over time, we come to recognize the telltale experiences as milestones on the way to enlightenment, some inner silence, some inner ecstatic flow, a sense of oneness with others and our environment. There will be many more sub-milestones we notice as we move along. The milestones are useful to keep us going, to keep us inspired and regular in our daily practices. The milestones are not so useful for proclaiming, "Today I am here along the road to enlightenment." Indeed, we may well be, but it will only be significant when we have gone past there and our experience has become permanent, unspectacular, and little noticed. When the experience becomes natural and normal, it becomes real, part of our everyday life, and no longer a spectacle in the mind which is prone to flights of fancy. Enlightenment is not a spectacle. It is life as we are meant to live it. Liberation is quite ordinary. The milestones will be dissolved in the journey. Ultimately, enlightenment is not so much about the milestones. It is about enjoying becoming and being that which we always have been. If we are making a long car trip, do we spend all our time marveling at the scenery along the way? Maybe to some degree, but if we are really interested in arriving at our destination, it will not be to the point of interrupting our journey. We can enjoy the scenery along the way without stopping for too long, forgetting what we are doing on the road, traveling home. We may be inclined to notice the particulars of our journey for the benefit of others. After all, everyone emanates from the same divine consciousness as we do, so we are naturally concerned that all should have a safe and speedy ride. Jesus said, "Do unto others as you would have them do unto you." The truth is that all others are us. So this is not only good moral advice, it is good practical advice. Experientially, we come to know that others are our own self, as our inner doors are open to the divine realms within. How long does the journey take? It depends mainly on us, on our past actions that have produced the obstructions lodged deep within our nervous system, and on what we do from now on. We can't change the past, but we can do much in the present that will shape our future. No one else can make the choices but us. If we take up yoga practices with sincere devotion, there will be a new direction in our life. Once we have committed ourselves unswervingly to the path, it is only a matter of time. Then we see it as not so much about the final destination. It is about experiencing increasing joy each day, each month, and each year. This is a path of bliss, a path of pleasure, as we naturally unfold from within. We can get on the path today and begin to enjoy the ride immediately. We will get to the end by and by.